welcome back. Been a long time since I've actually done a video, well, a voiceover at least. Just really quickly wanted to go over the build. So I built this in my own save file because I kind of already have a sim in mind who I want to kind of like own the shop, well, or own the business, but I don't actually have the business and hobbies expansion pack yet. I do plan on buying it, probably tonight, hopefully, but you know, like updating my game and looking for all the mods is just so long. Yeah, I've been kind of putting it off. So until I do that, I kind of just like built in advance and I was just sitting there and I was like, oh, I'd kind of like to like an aesthetic record shop or an aesthetic like record vinyl shop, whatever you want to call it. But I don't actually have the pack, but I was like, you know what, let me just build it anyway. The build is supposed to be like a budget vinyl store or budget kind of like record store. So it's kind of like a startup. So it's built over 3 stories. Well, 4 technically. But like I've done the top floor. It's kind of like blank at the minute because I just thought maybe in advance I will do something up there. But until then, it's kind of just empty. I've done like a basement apartment. But like my version of like a basement, I hate how dark the actual basements are. Like my sim needs natural light. Like he needs natural light. It's just awful and I absolutely hate it. So technically the apartment is on like the first floor of like the actual build, and then like the business is going to be like the second and third floor, like if that makes sense, but you kind of see it. So all the customers that my sim will be getting will kind of be going into like the second floor, but there's like stairs going up to it, and then the first floor is actually apartment, but it's got like its own separate entrance. So there won't be anybody kind of walking into my house and helping themselves to my fridge or, you know, just randomly coming and watching TV, because that seems to happen a lot and it's kind of really buggy and I don't know why, and you can't ask them to leave and it's very frustrating. But anyways, so the business is like a startup, and the sim I have in mind, he's like a male, and I'm guessing this is going to be like his like first steps into becoming an entrepreneur. Either way, I'm pretty excited to actually play with this actual build. Like my sim, like he is like the perfect example of who should own this type of store. Like I actually can't wait. Like he is wrapped up in so much things that have gone wrong, and he's going through like a really bad breakup at the minute, and I don't know if any of you play with like mods and like basemental mods. Like he's just got involved with a gang and it's going completely wrong, and he's basically just he's just bought this business like for cheap. I'm gonna say it was like maybe it was like an abandoned warehouse and he bought it for really cheap with illegal money. Started this business, has a way of like maybe money laundering his like money or something like that. I'm not really sure yet, but I've got some plans on kind of what to do with him, so it's kind of like really exciting. So I do want to actually buy the pack, have like a playthrough, and you know, maybe he gets busted because, you know, he's been caught by the police a few times already. So who knows, I could be running my store and like minding my business and like talking to like all my customers, and then boom, the police might walk in and like arrest me. I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's pretty exciting. So it's obviously like a startup, but it's not too run down as per se. Like maybe he's done a few things, he's like decorated, but you can kind of see like the windows are kind of like dirty and there's marks everywhere, and there's like, well, actually there's a few hazards. There's a few hazards in the actual shop. Like he's got some electrical wires that are like exposed and they kind of like spark. So obviously he has to get round to kind of like fixing those at some point, like as he progresses like into the business and stuff. Well, he plans on like fixing it and like replacing a few items and stuff when he starts to kind of like make some good money. But until I have the pack, I'm not actually sure. I've seen a few people do a bit of gameplay, but I'm not sure on how I kind of want to run it just yet. Maybe like all the customers come in and like maybe just buy vinyl records and like record players, or I don't know, I was thinking if there was like a way to kind of like charge the sims to kind of like use the space, because I've done an area where they can kind of like listen to records or like listen to music, and then upstairs I've done I've done like a sound room or like a studio room where Sims can kind of like mix their own music or produce their own music. So I'm not really sure. I don't know if you can like lock the doors and like charge for rooms, which probably isn't a thing. I don't think. I don't know. I haven't seen that yet, but I don't know. I don't want to kind of like charge people to come into the shop, because who charges anyone to kind of go into a music shop? That would be a first. But I don't know. Either way, if there was some kind of way to kind of like charge them to use the space, that would be great. But if not, then I don't know. I'll figure something out along the way. But anyways, I don't really have anything much else to say, but enjoy the rest of the video, guys. I'm going to put on some chilled music, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this content, and hopefully I'll speak to you all soon in my next video. Bye!